I hear some people saying that I am their servant. I'm not a servant of anybody.
I work for the people of Uganda.
I stand before you not as a prophet, but as a humble servant of the people.
Because I'm not working for, I'm working for myself. I'm not working for other people. I'm working for my grandchildren, from my children.
I am not rich. I am one of the poor leader in the world, and my intention is to work for my people, but not for me.
I don't have another country. Uganda is my country. So I either live in a dignified country or I be remembered as a Ugandan who died trying to make a better Uganda. So it's important for me to raise the voice for as long as I can.
I owe nothing to nobody. There's nobody I care about.
I'll crush those enemies as we have done in the past.
While the West sings about democracy, I believe they actually prefer to deal with dictators in Africa for as long as their neo-colonialist interests are served.
But Obote is killing everybody, the peasants, the working class, young children. So on the side of human rights, the repression of Amin did not go as deeply as the repression of Obote.
Sinzire wano Museveni muobo baka mugambe ni kwagenda kukola ki tetugenda kuva ku mulamwa. Tetugenda kulekera okulwanira nsi yaffe ate nga tujja kujjako ate nga gwe n'abantu we mujja kusasulira bino ebintu bye mukoze kuba bannayuganda bino babifuna in real time. This is not 1960.
That what is happening today, or what has been happening in the last 2 days, is a mere change of that. I think this is a fundamental change in the politics of our country.
You are wasted. You are used and useless. Free the people. Let them be. How does it feel to you when you came talking about fundamental change and now you're saying no change? You said Africa's problems are Africa's problem are the leaders that overstay in power. You are almost 40 years in power.
Because in Africa we have seen so much change, but change has become meaningless.
Because you are wasted. You are used and useless. Free the people, let them.
It's no longer change but mere turmoil. This group getting rid of that group and that group doing it worse than the group it got rid of. Now, please, do not count us in that category of people.
You're saying no change. You said Africa's problems are Africa's problem are the leaders that overstay in power. You are almost 40 years in power, but you don't want to be reminded of what you said.
I urge Robert Kyagulanyi, or whatever you call him, is it Bobi Wine? I urge that young man to relax. I want to promise Bobi Wine that in the next general elections, I will personally campaign for him. He is a good guy and he can make a very good president of Uganda.
Ali mukutya ngamaze mbufuze emyaka 40 ng'emyaka gye giri more than 80 muloza ayina ki kyayinza okukyusa ku ggwanga.
Consider yourself to be a rich man?
Oh, certainly I'm not a poor man. I'm not a poor man and I've never been a poor man.
Abantu baffe kibadde kimukwatako nnyo ng'abaana ba Buganda bawambibwa ne batemulwa ne battibwa nga bawambibwa abo abawamba ensi yaffe nga bayambibwako.
Grupu ya Kyagulanyi nteero ninja kugimalaho. You just wait.
Tetugenda kulekera okulwanira nsi yaffe ate nga tujja kujjako ate nga gwe n'abantu we mujja kusasulira bino ebintu bye mukoze kuba bannayuganda bino babifuna in real time. This is not 1960, this is not 1990. Njagala okubasaba mwena please take record of everything that is happening. mubinootinge baganda bange oba ndibeerawo oba siribeerawo temulyangamu marinosi olukwe temweryanga
kino abagamba kuva mu ntandikwa era nkibagamba n'olunaku lwaleero nti Museveni okumuwangula tulina kubeera banjawulo ennyo ku ye si kubeera nga ye
omuntu okumagwaki Katonda akuwadde olulimi nga kati bwampadde olulimi nfunira kakyayi kange kano nenywa bwe mba ndina ekyomugaso kyokwogera nkozesa olulimi lwange nkitegeeza bannayuganda bwe banakisangamu omugaso bakikirize bwe batabakikiriza mbaveeko ngenda okukola ebyange.
Museveni yali ku myaka gyange yakuŋŋaanya abavubuka ne bakwata mundu ne batandika kutemula abantu y'okufuuka pulezidenti ng'abantu abasuuka 5,000 bafudde. Tulina amaanyi Museveni ne ttiimu ye bazeeyi ife amaanyi kati tuli bangi okubasinga tuli bagezi okubasinga nkakasa tulina banyiivu okubasinga
naye okutiisatiisa abantu tugenda kukuba muntu yenna togenda kukuba muntu yenna
tetwagala kukola bintu nga bo bwe babikoze newakubadde tuli banyiivu nnyo olw'ensonga eyo oluvannyuma lwa mwami byabakama okulangirira ebifu nga naye kennyini akimanyi nalangirira eri bannange oluvannyuma lw'okwebuuza ku bantu ab'enjawulo ne tukkaanya nti tukozese amateeka paka kulisembayo
tokkirizibwa wadde okunkanga obukanzi oba okuneewerera tosobola kuneewerera uneewerera ku lwaki otya
bagenda bakuba emiggo bagenda basiba era n'abamu ku bannaffe batandise dde obatta era abamu ku ffe bajja batta
olwokunjogereza bw'oba oyagala nkuwagire olwokunkwata mpolampola n'okuntegereko kasebo
naye njagala obbakakasa nti tugenda kuwangula
naye okunkanga oba okukanga omunayuganda mulala yenna kulwaki nze sibakanga mbeerawo mbegayirira ono akola bwati nemwegayirira kulwaki nze sikanga abantu oba okubewerera mugenda kundaba
tugenda kuwangula kubanga amateeka gali ku ludda lwaffe tugenda kuwangula kubanga bannayuganda bali ku ludda lwaffe naye okusinga kwa byonna tugenda kuwangula kubanga Katonda ali ku ludda lwaffe.
kati amagye ag'amaanyi ago ngetwazimba tegasobola okukkiriza omuntu yenna okutabula Uganda era eyo yonna gyetuvudde babadde bagezeko okutabula netubawangula bonna mbamanyi abakolomoja b'emundu bana ba ADF abakonyi bonna tewaliwo akyatutawaanya.
That case has not been heard. So in 2019 I announced that I was running for president.
I don't care about anybody. Sinna guneguya obwavu bwe mulese waka ku makya mugenda kuddayo musange bubalindiridde nti tukyali wano obwavu bukyali wano. I am the way, I am the truth and the life. There is no other way. Mwena muli bwavu wano mbamanyi.
Now under General Museveni's Uganda, that means three things. It either means prison, or being forced into exile or death.
Our young friend Bobi Wine was tried to fight with security people. I think they beat him a bit. And then they came and said, oh, member of parliament was beaten. Well, I said, okay, let me study how he was beaten. Now, when I studied, I found the man had been beaten properly, in the right way.
Horrifying campaign, the most violent campaign, the most brutal and murderous campaign you can ever imagine. In November 2020, I was arrested for allegedly violating COVID-19 regulations, a convenient excuse for Museveni to suppress his political opponents.
I don't care about anybody.
Our supporters protested against my illegal detention, and the military went on rampage. They shot and killed hundreds of people. But of course, General Museveni came out and said that they killed only 54 protesters. Thousands were arrested, and instead of the accountability for the massacre, General Museveni came out and praised the military for a job well done.
Or to see it. We want you, Mr. President, to explain to us why you sent your troops to that area, to Kasese, to kill more than 100 people.
Because they were breaking the law, they were making...
In what manner? In what manner? The man who led the assault on Kasese, his name is Peter Elwelu, he was a brigadier in the army at the time, and instead of him being now in the court, he was promoted general, and he is now the commander of the land forces. And now he's promoted.
Yes, I am the one who promoted him.
And 2 days ago, the U.S. government refused. They blocked his go.
Secondly, we call upon the governments and organizations all over the world to impose sanctions on him and the people that he uses to torture and kill innocent citizens.
Led the assault on Kasese. His name is Peter Elwelu. He was a brigadier in the army at the time. And instead of him being now in the court, he was promoted general, and he is now the commander of the land forces. Yes. Why, if you have those people in the court, why don't you also have the man who opened fire on your citizens alongside those people in the court now to answer to the questions?
That means he was doing his duty.
Duty to kill? He killed more than 100 people.
To deal with...
And now he's promoted.
Yes, I am the one who promoted him.
And 2 days ago, the U.S.
Thirdly, we call upon all those who value democracy and human rights and the rule of law to isolate General Museveni because he has distinguished himself as an excellent violator of human rights.
Or to see it. We want you, Mr. President, to explain to us why you sent your troops to that area, to Kasese, to kill more than 100 people.
Because they were breaking the law, they were making...
In what manner? In what manner? The man who...
Yobo bugaga bwa bulaba alooza kufuuka kufuna chemical weapons kulwanyisa bannansi. So tulina okwerwanako to making sure twejjako abo abasajja tutereze ensi yaffe. If we don't do...
Rid of Uganda, and I'm telling you that Ereru did his duty, and there is now peace in that area.
So it was pacified?
It was
because it was crushed.
It was definitely justified, but all this...
And useless. Free the people, let them be.
A few days later, my bodyguard and friend, Frank Senteza, was deliberately run over and killed by a military police car. Thousands of our supporters were then abducted by security operatives in unmarked vehicles called drones in Uganda. And as I speak to you right now, many are still missing, while others are still in illegal detention, simply for supporting me and our party. Those who were lucky to return, they came back with severe torture marks and horrifying stories. Stories of eyes and fingernails plucked out. Stories of men being castrated and women being raped in detention. But we never gave up.
Our young friend Bobby Wine was fighting with tried to fight with security people. I think they beat him a bit. And then they came and said, oh, member of parliament was beaten. Where I said, okay, let me study how he was beaten. Now when I studied, I found the man had been beaten properly in the right way. So, I am ready for the battle with the enemies of Africa.
To report on the election was immediately shut down. Radio presenters and journalists were arrested. And so in this complete blackout,
I want the world to understand this. The people of Uganda, the population, did not start violence. I was not a soldier, I was an intellectual. Why did I become a soldier? I became a soldier to defend myself and my people against state-inspired violence.
Muraho abanyarwanda. Murakomeye cyane. Murakomeye ngamabuye.
General Museveni declared himself winner of the election again.
Now, if you hear a Muganda talking Finga Baganda, you know he's an enemy of Baganda, number one. And secondly, an enemy of Uganda and an enemy of Africa. And we shall crush those enemies as we have done in the past.
Omusajja akomandinga ekutirimbula kuno oyo yali agezaako okutemula Dani Magic abo be batemula Rita Nabukenya oyo musajja bamuyita Mukibi antuukiridde mukama we yamuseewo nga ye kiringa ekiri pasono abasajja be bakozesa be bano ba Christopher Damulira ow'eddiini erinnya eriryo njagala mubeere nga mumanyi abatemu.
Preach your nonsense, we shall answer you by word. And if you go beyond word and want something else, you also get it. This is not the first time.
Has been challenging General Museveni's dictatorship. I'm therefore here to tell the world with clarity that General Museveni is not the leader you think he is.
I don't care about anybody.
Mbadde ntunulira abakyala ab'embuto nga balayininze up. Bagenda okufuna mama kit, bagenda okufuna ebbaafu. Nendaba obwavu obuli mu bantu baffe abasasula omusolo.
I was not a soldier, I was an intellectual. Why did I become a soldier? I became a soldier to defend myself and my people.
Muraho abanyarwanda.
Buli muntu afune eddembe lye. Nenga ebyo bijjeko. Kwogera ku nkulaakulana n'okukyusa obulamu bw'abantu.
I am the way, I am the truth and the life. There is no other way.
He is a threat to the people of Uganda, and yes, he's a threat to the entire region. The international community has already recognized.
I don't care about anybody.
We call upon the world leaders to stop shaking General Museveni's blood-stained hands through funding and cooperation.
Government's dealings in terms of human rights, suppression of free speech, putting dissidents in jail. We have the case of Stella Nyazi, who is still in jail because she just expressed herself. And we have the opposition leader who has been in jail several times. And we have the government cracking down on opponents and preventing people from rallying freely. By law, more than 5 people should have the consent and the agreement of the police before they can express themselves in the street.
Uganda is one of the most democratic countries in the world.
Abaana ba Buganda bawambibwa ne batemulwa ne battibwa nga bawambibwa abo abawamba ensi yaffe nga bayambibwako mwanattu bannaffe bataata baffe baganda baffe bamaama baffe bituwa ekitiibwa.
Mwena muli bwavu wano mbamanyi.
Era nga bwe nze mbagamba baganda bange nti omuntu yenna yenna bw'aba ayagala obbawamba omuzungu bwe yajja wano okuwamba ettaka lyaffe n'otukolonizinga okumala emyaka egyawera 7 yakozesa abo betuwa ekitiibwa bwetuuka wano ani gwe bakkiririzaamu bw'ofuna gwe bakkiririzaamu ye n'omukusa abalala ne bobabonyabonya ekitundu kino kibonaabona kubanga baafuna abatono abo nga ekibakwatako lwe lubuto lwabwe si mutima gwabwe.
I don't care about anybody. Sinaguneguya.
Eno yensonga lwaki osobola okulaba omuntu gwe mu ekitiibwa ng'ali mu mmwe betuyita ab'ekitiibwa naye ng'amazima amatuufu ekibaluma akimanyi nga gyayise baziise abantu nga bawambibwa buwambibwa ne battibwa ng'akimanyi nti ne gyaziika oba gyaziikibwa bali mu kusenda abantu baabwe ku ttaka lyabwe naye n'atakyogerako.
We shall crush those enemies as we have done in the past. Yeah. You preach your nonsense, we shall answer you by word.
So, njagala sinzire wano Museveni mw'obubaka mugambe ne bwagenda kukola ki tetugenda kuva ku mulamwa. Tetugenda kulekera okulwanira nsi yaffe ate nga tujja kujjako ate nga gwe n'abantu bwe mujja kusasulira bino ebintu bye mukoze kuba bannayuganda bino babifuna in real time. This is not 1960, this is not 1980, this is not 1990.
Sabasajja, when you say this, atunde Sabasajja mukamwa. But politics is about to kutumia mukamwa. We shall crush those enemies.
Please take record of everything that is happening. Bino ebintu byonna byonna mubinootinge baganda bange oba ndibeerawo oba siribeerawo temulyangamu marinosi olukwe temweryangamu olukwe mumekinganga sure bana basajja basasulya bino ebintu byomukozi byonna mubinootinge kuba ffe twasalawo.
Secondly, we call upon the governments and organizations all over the world to impose sanctions on him and the people that he uses to torture and kill innocent citizens.
He killed more than 100 people.
To deal with...
And now he's promoted.
Yes, I am the one who promoted him.
And 2 days ago, the U.S. government refused. They blocked his going to Malawi to attend a conference on security because of that.
I don't know about the United States. The Uganda is big enough for Major General Erweru to operate there. I don't know why he's dying to go to the United States. But
no, he's not going. He was going to Malawi and he was blocked by the Americans because they are supervising that conference because of what he did in Kasese. So he's accused.
Well, I am not a prefect about American actions. I am a leader of Uganda.
We call upon all those who value democracy and human rights and the rule of law to isolate General Museveni because he has distinguished himself as an excellent violator of human rights who has no respect whatsoever for human life and human dignity. And fourth, we ask you to support our demands for accountability for the crimes against humanity that he has committed and continues to commit against the people of Uganda. Now, for far too long,
it's full.
And they have, according to reports, your army has committed atrocities in Somalia. They have killed civilians. So, are you saying, Mr. President, that Joseph Kony is no longer a Ugandan problem?
He's not. He has not.
He's no longer.
He has not been for a long time because we defeated him out of Uganda.
So, why are you chasing him in other countries?
To help our African brothers. To help our African
people.
Why are we in Somalia? Have you heard that we're in Somalia?
We'll talk about that.
Yes.
You're accused of using Joseph Kony and his few hundred men as a pretext, excuse to go into other countries and send your army into other countries like South Sudan, Central African Republic and Congo to do what you want there, to help whoever you want to help, to interfere in the affairs of those countries. And we will talk about South Sudan in this respect.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now we are going
How do you answer to this?
Now we are now going back. Let's see how Uganda suffers by not being in Central Africa.
How Uganda suffers?
Yes, let's see whether Uganda will lose anything by not being in Central Africa.
But you're gaining something by sending your troops, interfering in the affairs of others. And we will talk about South Sudan. Your troops have been in South Sudan in 2014 and 2015, and you have sided with the government of South Sudan, with a part of the government against the other, and you have, by that, you have prolonged the civil war in South Sudan, and thousands of people were killed, and you were fighting.
The Western world has believed that allowing dictators to hold their nations hostage is an unacceptable cost for...
Because I'm not working for... I'm working for myself. I'm not working for other people. I'm working for my grandchildren, for my children.
I owe nothing to nobody. There's nobody I care about if you try to play around with it, because I owe nothing to you, not even to the government.
Perceived security. Leaders who tolerate dictators and treat them as legitimate partners.
And you call me a leader? I am an enemy from the people. I am Ikirani.
Complicit in their crimes. Please do not be partners in crime. Do not sacrifice your moral obligation. Do not sacrifice your moral obligation for short-time convenience. Please stand on the right side of history. I thank you.